All right. What's going on, everybody? George Osei back at it again with another video. This time, the Red Whites are upset with Snoop Dogg, hip hop legend, wrote the Doggy Style album. That's personally one of my favorite albums to listen to after a breakup because it really puts things in perspective. You know what I mean? But the Red Whites are upset with Snoop. We're going to go down a brief cherry picked timeline of why I don't believe Snoop Dogg became a sellout. I think he's always been a businessman. And if it makes dollars, it's going to make some sense. Now, what happened? So he, hold on now, recently, pull this up right here, is doing a thing for the rainbow community. And uh, I guess conservative commentator on the right, Shamika Michelle. Shout out to her. Very interesting story for that lady. How she became, she's not a typical evangelical conservative. I believe she's a hybrid because her past is crazy. No judgment though, but she posted this here. Oh, let me zoom in on this, John. Can I zoom in? Zoom in on this. There we go. Features Snoop Dogg features same-sex couples in his children's series Doggyland, and the Red Whites were irate. And you notice over here, I just said Snoop is just a businessman at the end of the day. And Shamika responded, a businessman willing to push degeneracy for a check, sellout. Always has been, always will be. And this is true. This is true. He has always done it for the check. But I don't think he ever pushed anything else but this. I think that he's always moved like this. Why are we surprised? And then the right, they could they could quickly turn on somebody. Same with the left, man. Snoop can't win, so he how did he get in this situation though? All right. So he came out. I think I'm gonna have him tell you because if I tell you, it's not gonna sound that great coming from me. If he tells you, you'll see the lightheartedness of it. You know, like I thought.
What was the movie with Buzz Light?
Toy Story?
Not that one, but
Oh, the new Buzz. The Lightyear. I think it's
yeah,
called
with
Lightyear.
Kiki Palmer's in that movie.
Okay,
She
okay.
plays like the daughter. So we watching it, and the lady, which is Kiki's mama, they move on into the space years. They move down the line. They're like, man, she had a baby with a woman. Well, my grandson in the middle of the movie, like, Papa Snoop, how she have a baby with a woman? She a woman. Oh shit. I didn't come in for this shit. I just came to watch the goddamn movie. Hey man, watch the movie. They just said she and she had a baby. They both women. How did she have a baby? Shh. The movie ain't over with. So it's like, it fucked me. I'm scared to go to the movies now. Like, y'all throwing me in the middle of shit that I don't have an answer for. It threw me for a loop. These are kids that we have to show that at this age, like,
That part.
they're going to ask questions.
Yeah.
They are going to ask. I don't have the answer.
So people got on his neck. Here's one of the peoples that came at him. You can't win. Snoop was not going to win on this route, but here's one of the people. Y'all see this? I'm just zooming on who this person is right here. I ain't gonna click on their page because X can get a little bit crazy when you're dealing with certain type of profiles, man. You go in them comment sections for too long, man. Someone gonna whip a dick out or something. But yeah, so them people, it was all over this. So to me, I looked at this. This was a business move. Even from that short clip, I don't know when that movie dropped, but this turnaround here, highly suspicious to me. This was planned from the beginning because they was ready to put this thing on out there, and Snoop did a light promo for it just to build on this, and that's where I said, "Oh, nah, he's just a businessman," because this here, the coordination was damn near perfect, in my opinion, too perfect. And so I don't get why the Red Whites were upset that he did this. Like, they don't know that he moved like this. So, hold up. Let me pull up this one here. How should I play this? Okay, let's go with him slandering our guy Trump. Here we go. We'll play this here. Can I? Y'all see that? Y'all can't see shit. There we go. We're gonna look into this right here. Look at this. To show you how he moved.
All right, politics real quick. Now, we all hate. I apologize. Nah, I really don't apologize, man, because a lot of my fans get mad at me when I talk bad about him. But I don't. I think it's safe to say most people in our culture do not.
Well,
rock
you need
with
to
Donald
know
Trump.
that. You need to know that a lot of your fans is racist. Ain't no
See,
fucking way around. Don't even try to put no
I don't
cut.
even want to put anything around
I
it. Yeah.
do. I don't give a fuck. I
Yeah.
tell him straight up, motherfucker. If you like that nigga, you motherfucking racist. Fuck you and fuck him. Now what?
All right.
Draw the line, nigga. He drew the lines.
Exactly.
He drew the motherfucking lines. Before him, there were no lines. Everybody was everybody. We respected everything. We didn't trip. But nigga, when you drew the line, nigga, start pointing motherfuckers out and saying, nigga, fuck y'all then, nigga.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
You and them.
If you're just tuning in, we're talking
Kanye
about Donald
too,
Trump.
nigga. Don't forget about him too. Fuck you too.
Jeez. What Ye do? Oh yeah, that's right. He was messing with our whoish friends. They would pay him too. So that was interesting, right? That was very interesting. But look at this right here. Hold up. Yo, what's up with y'all always wanting me and these damn ads? Hold up, guys. Perfect. Let's share this John right here. Y'all can't see this either. It's better. There we go. Death Row Records co-founder Harry O thanks Trump for a pardon. Right? Excuse me. 2021. Here we go. I'm getting into this. Michael Harry O. Harris, a co-founder of Death Row Records, right, was serving 25 years to life, broke down in tears thanking former President Trump in his first interview since being pardoned. Speaking to the Daily Mail, Harris, who served 30 years of charges of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, wept as he thanked the former commander-in-chief and discussed the lessons he learned from his incarceration. I appreciate Donald Trump, his children, his son-in-law. Why ever? He did it. Okay, that's that that West Coast dialogue. That means words or something. I don't know. However he did it, why ever he did it, I think he did it. And so many others wouldn't. The 59-year-old told the outlet, going on to thank God for his second chance. Here's one to discuss the lobbying campaign taken on by rappers Snoop Dogg and MC Hammer, as well as a billionaire criminal justice reform activist, Chris Redlitz, to get him released. Snoop Dogg, the reform advocate Alice Johnson, lobbied former first daughter Ivanka Trump and husband Jared Kushner to convince the ongoing president to include Harris in his list of pardons. I put in for clemency with Obama, and he had to go through so many bureaucratic loopholes, Harris told the Mail, and that he did not believe the request ever made it to the 44th president's desk. It didn't happen on his watch. Still, Harris said he plans to use his newfound freedom to work with members of both parties to enact criminal justice reform. There's not a dime of difference between Democrats and Republicans when it comes down to results to me at this point, the former drug kingpin explained. I don't have a dog in this fight unless the people that's in power deal with the people that are powerless in a respectful way. Harris told the outlets about his experience growing up in South Central Los Angeles, sharing positive memories of good childhood till he was swept up in drugs like men his age around him. It was a typhoon. We all got swept in. Some of us became addicted to drugs, some of us became addicted to selling drugs, and we all became addicted. We all had some form of sickness. Harris went on to say that over the course of his prison stay, he encountered so many who were hurt by his actions. I've been in prison with crack babies, their parents, people who consumed the drugs that me and so many other people sold. And I had to sit with them. I had to talk to them. I had to see the results of what he did. His said as his voice cracked. Every day, even now, I think about my participation. It makes me sick to my stomach. It kills me every day. Prosecutors alleged that when Harris was on trial, that he suspected a distant relative and employee of theft, which led him to the man being taken out and shot. The man's remains were left in the desert where he was shot. Weldon Anglos, who was pardoned by Trump in December, told the Post that it was Ivanka Trump who secured Harris's release early. Is that you, dog? Is that you? So Snoop is a businessman, right? And I believe when the president got reelected, Snoop performed big business here with the receipts. Shout out to him. And he said here that his opinion on Trump changed. He got nothing but respect for the former president following years of criticism. In his interview, the Gin and Juice rapper was asked about his thoughts and replied, he liked the dude. He pardoned my mans. And that's his man's right here. And I believe Snoop went on to perform at an event that Trump had, and people thought he turned again. And I'm like, no, Snoop is just simply a businessman. So what does that say? Well, Snoop is not the only one that moves like this, if we want to keep it real. And that's why whenever I hear these celebrities, whatever side of the aisle they choose to be on, speaking with that passion, and people use this as validation for how they should feel, often like, that's paid promotion, my boy. You know, you think that when Snoop performed at an event that Trump was hosting, that wasn't part of the deal to get his mans released? Hmm? There's people out there that don't know how pardoning works in this country. They think it's off merit, the facts. Well, a wise man said there are things done the right way, and there are things done the real way. And the real way, you need to put up some Skrilla, some capital. You gotta make a deal. And Snoop made a deal to get his boy out. Snoop made a deal with the Rainbow Company. Snoop been making deals with our Jewish friends his whole entire life. This is how he moves. And I don't expect him to have integrity, anything like that. No. If I pull this up right here, people were arguing with me. Hold up. You don't see that? Hold on. See that? People were arguing with me. Look at this. I said, there's no moral compass with capitalism. And they were triggered. This woman here, chocolate blend. Y'all see this? Oh, let me zoom in. See that? Yeah. Like, pose the high morals of socialism. Lastly, don't confuse greed and bootleg into capitalism. And I simply asked, have you heard doggy style? They was killing me. Tell me I'm supposed to sell out. Well said. Not to her. But he's still a sellout, though. He's on the Democrat plantations, slave who bow down to Satan. He's controlled. Yeah. I mean, obviously Snoop is controlled, right? He can be bought, just like all these celebrities, even some of these political commentators. Everybody got a price. Word to Ted DiBiase. And so, final thoughts on this. He made a deal with that community over there, putting eyes on his product, and he's been making these type of deals. So, hate him or love him, Snoop can't win. As you can see, the one thing I have to say, I don't mind that he moves like this. He's willing to work with anybody. The things that they say we should be doing, Snoop is doing it, and he gets criticized for it. And I have to say, you gotta keep doing it, Snoop, because if you don't, who else will? Anyway, I think that's enough for me. Yeah, man. I'm George Osei. I got nothing more to say. Y'all have yourselves a good night. We'll talk again soon.